Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And today's topic may ruffle some feathers. Hey, you know what? You don't have to watch the video, but there are some good and some bad. Today, we're going to cover the good of Sha'Carri Richardson. And then in another video, we're going to cover the bad that is of Sha'Carri Richardson, and it's mainly just on herself, not necessarily for the sport. The good that she's bringing some great stuff from the sport, and I just gotta say that we're gonna go into the video. Quick note, I am an abrasive person when it comes to getting things done. I say something once, let's get it right. If and when we open up these phone lines, once we go over 1,000 subscribers here, and we start the broadcast proper, if somebody's smoking a crack pipe or that good ganja, like we see in some of these comments in the comment section, hey, we're going to give them the work. And thank you guys. We ran off that person that was just going crazy over Shelly Ann Fraser Price. He couldn't handle that Shelly Ann Fraser Price was able to break 10-7. So he was just going all over her. And remember, we got to do this name recognition. So he was upset. He was in his feelings. And he said, the Caribbean islands must pay for the sins of the blacks down there that have committed a sin against humanity or some stuff. And he kept copying and pasting it on just everything. Even went up to the 10K when the records were broken. And it's just like, you guys handle them. And I read them really well too. So if we get people like that on the phone lines, just know they're going to get read on the phone line and we're going to kick them off. We're going to let them go. We're going to play the Sesame Street, little Barney music for them, and then they're out. But so that's just a little sidetrack from today. But today is why athletics needs Sha'Carri Richardson. I would like to see her run herself more of a business like Michael Jordan did. But hey, it is what it is. So let's look here at her ranking. So she was ranked 7th for 1 week, 14th in the 200 for 3 weeks, and overall 94th for a week. Did you know that the #1 ranked athlete right now is Sifan Hassan, which is a distance runner? She's got range. I like this ranking system in a way. The heck is this rasterized picture? Huh, it looked better before. But she's got range from the 1,500, aka the mile, or actually the half mile, the 800, all the way up to the half marathon. And she's the double world championship gold medalist from the 1,500 and the 10,000. No male or female athlete at the Olympics or world championships has ever done that. And it seemed unlikely because of the discipline. That's like being the champion in the 100 and being the champion in the 800. Like, just think of it like that. It's like being a 100-meter dash champion. Then you come back and you do the 800, or you do the 800 first, and then come back and get the 100 and knock them out. Not only that, but you're running them in near world record time as far as the 100. You just a smidge off. So think of that. So that's that. She even had the 10K world record for 2 days before Letesenbet Gide broke that from Ethiopia. So got to give you the name recognition here. And let's get into the content there. Maybe we lost some people because they were impatient and they wanted us to go straight here to the breakdown. So here are the great things that Sha'Carri Richardson is bringing. Number one, it's an athlete that comes here and is going 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, and jogging at 11 flat, right? And then here's the Olympic trials right here, 1084. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. This was done today, since I'm recording this near midnight my time, but still is June 18th. It might be tomorrow by the time you see it or when I upload this video. But yeah, so she's able to knock them out. Sub 10s consistently, 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, right? That's a great thing that she's bringing here. But let me focus on this. I'm going to break you right in. So she's aggressive. We need an aggressive athlete. And I mean, we got aggressive athletes already when it comes to people on the track. When you think about it, the athletes if you're a champion type of athlete, champion mindset, you're up there and that finalist, you're likely an aggressive person in general, right? So that's to be said, but that's going to go with attitude. So we're going to go over quick. We just covered the 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, and she's likely to knock out another 10-7, if not 10-6, right? We covered that in the last video saying, hey, is she going to be the most likely athlete to break into that range, right? So then we get to attitude. This is the part. Let me circle this one right here. Let's draw around here. This is the part where it's really just ruffling people's feathers. And to me, I like it. I like it. Hey, look, she's got the long eyelashes. She's got her hair. She's got a lot of tattoos. People are criticizing her for all of that. They're like, hey, she's coming out of looking like she's coming out of a trap house or whatever. I've seen the comments. And you know what? This is an athlete. Athletes, certain athletes are going to have more of that. I have my own thoughts on that. That's not what this is for. So actually, I'm sure they wouldn't criticize her on some of the things that she has if she didn't speak her mind on some of the things. And if she didn't have that aggressive, so this is where the aggressiveness comes into play. She's displaying her aggressiveness, right? She's displaying her aggressiveness. Whereas we got somebody like an Allison Felix that wouldn't necessarily display her aggressiveness in, let's say, her tone or anything like that. We got two different types of people. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, this is really going to be a benefit. And yeah, so this is really going to be a benefit. I had to pause it right there and then take that off because something was happening with this, but I was trying to bring up Allison Felix. So, and Allison Felix, for example, she's not going to be the same aggressiveness like in her words and whatever. She's just there. She's going to get things done. She's been in the Olympics since what, she was 16 back in Athens. Now she's 35. So, like, she is like the athlete where you say, hey, look, I want to be that when I grow up. I want to be her when I grow up. You tell your kids and be like, yeah, be nice at school and everything. And then we got a Sha'Carri Richardson who's going to bring that attitude, who's going to bring that champion mindset. She's got the champion mindset, right? Put all of this together. The only thing that she's missing is an actual Olympic and or world championship behind her belt. That's what we're going to cover in the negatives. But for right now, let's cover the good thing. If her attitude and that aggressiveness combined together brings in people that don't normally watch track and field, that is a net plus. That is what we want. Now, if it irritates me, who cares? Because guess what? How many people argue over basketball players, argue about LeBron James crying on the court or whether he's doing whatever he's doing, right? Who's arguing about one of their football or aka soccer players that are flopping on the field, that may have a little bit more aggressiveness and everything like that? Or remember Nike when they were first coming out? Everybody seems to forget this. Nike specifically targeted, Bill Bowerman specifically targeted people that were the more of the what people would call arrogant. And look, if you're working hard, you deserve to be a little arrogant, in my opinion. There's a different way to display it. Like, obviously, she doesn't have a championship behind her other than NCAAs. So coming onto the world stage without that, if it doesn't work, we're gonna cover this in detail. It's gonna backfire so bad. And I'm gonna be one of the people to be talking about it too. So I'm not about to mince the words. I'm gonna be abrasive about it. But hey, right now is working for her until if she doesn't get a gold, in my opinion, it's gonna backfire hard, even if she gets a silver. And it depends on how she gets a silver. If it was like a slight lean or something like that. But if it's a clear blowout, well, I think it's gonna be put to rest right there. But anyway, as it stands right now, these are the good things that are there because we're bringing people. She has the potential to bring people that otherwise wouldn't watch it. Hey, who doesn't like a good argument over this? Who doesn't like a good argument for the track? I see people in the comment section. I'm here for it. I'm glad that they could argue. Somebody call her Ratchetson, Ratchet. So they're calling her Ratchet. And you know what? Hey, she got that look. We ain't gonna lie about it. She's got the look. But when it comes to the athletic performance, who cares? Who cares? But hey, if they want to call her Ratcherson, and you can look back at the previous video that I just uploaded with this with Akbari 1063, and then who else is gonna break 10-7? There's a person that commented that. And if you were the person, hey, put tag yourself in it or however it goes and comment in the comment section below. Richardson is doing an excellent job, in my opinion, of commenting on that. Now, she's getting a lot of pushback. I don't know what that does to her mentally. I don't know what that does to her business act, like her business success of getting money in her pocket, because if it hurts her as far as putting money in her pocket, but if it helps her, like how Nike was first starting, they got a tennis player, I forget his name. I should look up all of these athletes, but he was aggressive. They got a soccer player, as we call it in the US, but football everywhere else, that was aggressive. Got so many different athletes that were more aggressive and that put their brand on the map. If she's doing something like that with the aggressiveness and everything and running herself as a business that way versus like Jordan, you could tell he had the arrogance and the attitude and everything like that, but he didn't have it as much as I think is a little bit less refined with Richardson. That's where I think that is. But hey, let me know what you all think below. What do you guys think? Do you think that let me put this here. Do you think that the Allison Felix approach to this would be better and to bring in more people? Because at the end of the day, all I care about is that we're bringing in more people. So do you think the Allison Felix approach, oh, the drawings are still there, is going to be the thing that brings us? Because I know people wanted me to cover Allison Felix. There's just something that I wanted to get straight between these two, and I think I will do a comparison: Allison Felix versus Richardson, Sha'Carri Richardson, as far as not necessarily the competition wise, but as far as what's going to happen on like bringing in people, because we need both of those athletes. We need the kind and nice athlete that gets the job done on the track, and we need that aggressive athlete that gets the job done on the track, because if she don't get the job done on the track, I mean, it's going to be all for naught. She's going to turn into Usain Bolt and freaking Johan Blake. She's going to turn into Johan Blake. Johan Blake had a lot of words talking about it. He could never, ever, ever beat Usain Bolt. People talk about the time that Usain Bolt false started. Yep. Usain Bolt false started. I think it's already enough. I think, let me put up a picture of Johan Blake. Let me get that really quickly here so I can bring this. But he did a lot of talking. He had his locks. We're going to get him from before and after. And he actually he went from trash talking pretty hard. If you really think about it, he went from trash talking really hard. And then he went straight into, he was thinking about retiring and everything. So, I mean, he kind of got put in his place. He really kind of got put in his place. And that's the problem here. So here's Johan Blake. I'm sure most of you all know what these athletes look like, but this is about name recognition. Share this with people that aren't in track and field already. Share it to the gymnasts that will look at Simone Biles and share that. I'm really into gymnastics. Got to see her in person, like freaking doing all types of stuff. So, yeah. Here's Johan Blake, and he was trash talking, and it just didn't materialize. But the one time he was able to win because Usain Bolt pulled up. But the way he got destroyed in the 200 was no question that Usain Bolt would have beat him. You know why? He beat him out of the curve in that 200-meter dash. That's the curved 100. meaning they'll run slower on that curve, and then just put him away further. That means in the 100, he would have did it. Notice when Usain Bolt was also running against Johan Blake. I know this is a video about Richardson, but we got to put things in perspective here. We don't want her to turn into, at least I don't want her to turn into a Johan Blake. I think it helps the sport more if she gets a W under her belt. Now, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing this as neutral as possible. I don't care about me being a United States athlete. I'm not saying anything. I still think the favorite for now, the edge favorite right now because of Okabare, but the favorite right now still is, and I haven't changed my mind since the start of this, is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. But if she can get a W, if she does beat Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, for instance, or she wins the 200 at least, even if not the 100, well, then her talking will then back it up, bring attention to other people. The marketing engine of her sponsors can then go forward. That helps. It helps. People like to see that. As much as we live in this politically correct, freaking social justice warrior society that's going on, and I use that on as a term like, hey, just straightforward, like, hey, you see that aggressiveness, you gravitate toward it. People love to complain about things and still watch the thing that they complain about. So that's going to bring eyes, that brings more people, that brings more money. But the thing is when it backfires, like with Johan Blake, he couldn't back it up. But the time that Usain Bolt pulled up, or false started, but other than that, he couldn't beat him. Yeah, he could beat him at the Jamaican trials. Yeah, plenty of people lose their own home championships. You know what Usain Bolt did? Time after time after time after time. Gold, 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 gold. Other than his last races and the time that he false started. Other than that, Johan Blake couldn't even beat him in his last race. I forget if he was banned or not at that time. But yeah, so with that being said, are we going to see a Richardson like a Johan Blake turn out to be that where it backfires against him? He's humbled himself a lot more. I mean, he's not nearly talking the trash he was talking before. And that's the thing with track and field. One thing you can't argue with are the times and the places. You can argue with other sports about those things about, hey, you know what? If my goalie would have done his job, if this team wouldn't have broke down like this with the first touch in football, soccer, people in the US that don't follow soccer might not understand those terms. But yeah, my team broke down, or let's use a basketball term. Hey, or a American football term. The wide receiver was he fumbled the ball. You could blame your teammate. You could blame all these other things. You know what you can't blame in track and field other than on the relay? You can't blame anybody else but yourself. So I think that Richardson, the way she's running things as it is now, she is a great, great asset to track and field, and it is much, much needed. She is a very needed force, an aggressive force that we need in track and field. And that's what my summary is. No matter how else I feel about how she comes off or anything, I like that Sha'Carri Richardson is displaying what she's displaying. She's going to have to back it up, but that is good. That is good. We want to see this. I'm telling you all, we want to see this aggressiveness in this sport. We need more people like that, actually. So unfortunately for Johan Blake, it didn't work out for him. Had it worked out for him, we would be having a different conversation about him and probably referencing another person that may have had that aggressive attitude and it didn't work out, or we just wouldn't be saying it actually right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and maybe you didn't agree with anything I said. Let me know that there too, because we want to have this. The conversation is starting. This channel is growing. The army on this channel is growing. Thank you guys for continuing to support. We might actually, somebody asked me about in Instagram. We might have a Discord. I might have a Patreon page. Some people were asking me about that, and just have a separate one, whatever small fee or something like that. I don't know. we're gonna talk about those things. But for now, like, comment, subscribe, and share, share, share.